Hey guys, how's it going? My name's Corey, and today we're going to be talking about how EA can improve EASHL for future NHL games. Everything you will hear about in this video is purely my opinion and my ideas. You may have heard some of these ideas elsewhere. I mean, they aren't really that far-fetched, and I'm sure people have thought of them before, but some of these are things that I've been thinking about for a while, and things that I believe if integrated into the game would make EASHL 10 times better and more enjoyable to play, and give me more reason to play over time. So let's get right into it. So the first idea I want to talk about is the idea of having competitive seasons in EASHL. Now, if you play HUD already, you know what competitive seasons are, and if you don't, I'll give you a quick rundown. You simply play a couple placement matches while you're unranked, and based off your performance on those matches you play, you're given a rank. And you're able to play more matches to improve your rank over the course of a couple days or so. Now, you get a leaderboard showing the top players, and at the end of the season, you get rewards based off of your rank. The top ranks getting the best, and vice versa. Now, this is great for a couple reasons, mainly because 1, you get rewarded for winning games against good competition, and 2, you actually get to play good competition and are able to play as many matches in the season as you like. Now, EASHL has had playoffs forever, and it was a cool little thing you could do on the side like every month. Back in NHL 14 and before, if you won the playoffs, you would get a banner ceremony before the game, and every team you would face would see it. Now, you don't even get that in current games. The playoffs now are just kind of worthless, and it's hard to even find a match in them half the time, especially if you're searching at night. See, now if EA introduced competitive seasons into ASHL or something similar, it would give incentive for players to get their team together and actually play these seasons, because teams will battle it out in the season to see who can be the best ranked and give reason for every team to try and win against good competition, and at the end of the season maybe get some sort of rewards, whether those rewards are pertain to ESHL or HUT, it doesn't matter. It's something that EA would have to decide, but I think this is a perfect way to get people interested in ESHL, especially considering rewards are involved and that they can prove who the top team is ranked in the respective leaderboards. Now, I'm not trying to get into the little details because that's what EA's job is, but I'm sure you guys get the general idea. Next up, we have a new ranking system. I know this is something a lot of ESHL players want and what a lot of top teams want. Currently, ESHL has no real ranking system that actually shows who the best players are. The current leaderboards only showcase who plays the most and gets the most point, and if you put up enough time and drop-ins, anybody can be up there. The way I look at it, EA just needs to take a page from the other games who already have ranking systems in place like this, for example, Rocket League, I don't know, Overwatch, whatever. So here's what I think they could do. So for the players, you could have different ranks. The ranks could be bronze, gold, diamond, whatever, etc. How you can do this is based off a couple sample games. When you're unranked, you play the game, and the game would take all of your separate stats from that game. So not just points, but it'll look at team play rank, it'll look at takeaways, giveaways, all those things. And it'll put them all together and it'll create a rank for you. Now, then based off your future games, you'll either go down or up in the rank. It's pretty self-explanatory, and you'd also be able to see everyone's rank beside their name, just like you can see their prestige. And you could be able to see this during pre-game lobbies, and you can see this during in-game lobbies where you pick your player type and everything. Now, this is a great way to see who the best at the game are, as well as to properly organize the leaderboards. Now, there are some issues to this, like would players be able to make a Division 10 club and just play against dusters and able to get their rank up, but I hope if EA were to do the system, they'd implement something where if you play low ranks, you don't actually rank up by playing them, or much at all. You really rank up by playing players your own rank or close to your own rank. So that's something I could think EA would do to counter that kind of thing. And I think it would be a great system to put in ESHL, and hopefully it's something that EA actually works towards, as the leaderboards need fixing and players would love to see what their rank is and play players with their rank. So the next idea we have is something that a lot of players already have suggested, and it's something I assume EA is already thinking of, and that is a skill tree. Now, if you remember back in the old gen, if you wanted your player to be the best possible, you had to spend money like almost $100 or $50 to buy the attribute upgrades, as well as grind the game a ton all the way to Legend 3 to get the rest of the attribute points you needed to make the player that you wanted. Now, you had a lot of customization, but this is not something I think EA should ever get back to, just considering that people don't want to spend money on their ESHL character at all, or grind as much as it took to get it back then. But I do feel that your players should be able to be built like the way you want it to. So what I think it could be done is the ability to choose the position you want to play. So when you make your guy, you could choose defense, forward, or goalie, or you could choose each position, either whatever you want to play. And then you're given a bunch of different parts of your game that your player can be focused on. So, for example, shooting, skating, puck handling, passing, just things like that, physicality, whatever. But you only be able to choose like 3 or 4 of them. So for example, I can choose to have my guy as my forward, a good shooter with good hands and a big hitter. But then that's it. I'd lack in other parts of my game like defense, skating, defensive awareness, like I don't know, whatever EA would think of. Now I know you're probably thinking, it sounds like the builds we already have, like hidden sniper, jumbo playmaker, whatever. And it's kind of true. My point is that there would be one aspect of your game you'd rather have in place of something else, and this would just allow you to have more customization and you to get the closest player that you want. Now again, EA would have to pay more attention to this, so there is balancing issues, which there would be if I would make it. There'd probably be balancing issues because I'm not like too sure what I'd be doing. But I really think that that's something they could work on, and if it works, I think it will be great for everybody, especially people who like where it's at now and people who want a lot more customization. It'd kind of be like in between, and I feel like it'll work out great for everyone. So the last one I have is pretty straightforward. I don't really need to talk about it much. It's just better connection. The biggest issue with NHL 18 and other NHLs was the connection. The other team and versus, or just mainly ESHL, the lag and delay are issues and big reasons it's hard to play this game, especially competitively. And that's another reason why I'm thinking NHL can't do that well competitively if we do not fix the connection issues that are already in the game. Now, I'm not a game developer, so I'm not sure exactly how they would go around to fix this, but I am sure and I hope that this is something they're already putting a lot of focus in and trying to get it right, because I'm sure they get tons of complaints already, and I'm sure that the game changers will have mentioned this. Like, they just need to be focusing on this. It needs to be like a top priority for them, and this needs to be improved. And if it is improved, they'll make the ESHL experience a lot better, even how it is right now. If I had a really good connection, I'd still have a lot more fun than I am usually, because every time I play this game, ESHL, my connection is horrible, and it just takes away the fun when you can't even have fun playing because you're just so slow. So that's pretty much it for the video, guys. These are just some ideas that I truly think are possible. Like, I think these are things that EA could do if they put their time into it, and it would make ESHL a lot better than it currently is. Now, I didn't mention having anything like in My Park for 2K, for example, where you could walk around the different rinks, and it's not that it's not cool or anything, but let's be realistic. This isn't something that's going to happen in any NHL game anytime soon. And honestly, it's not something that the EA NHL crew should even be focusing on right now, or doesn't even work with NHL in my opinion. I think ESHL is in an okay position. There's just things that can be done, or that should be done, that would make it so much better. And the things that I mentioned aren't that far-fetched. I believe that they're really things that can be done 100%. I just hope that they try to move forward with the similar ideas in mind, and I think that would make everyone happy. Well, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. What did you guys think of my ideas, and what are some ideas that you have in mind for ESHL? Feel free to agree or disagree in the comments below. I'll do my best to respond to everyone. Subscribe if you'd like to stay updated on my videos, and like and share the video if you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and have a good one, boys.